In order to subscribe to my channel, please click here or click here. Please share, comment, and like my videos and channel. Hello guys, welcome to SaaS with ServiceNow. In this video, you will learn about before business rule. You will learn about what is before business rule and how it works. What is before business rule? Before business rule is triggered when user submits the form, however, before any action is taken on the record in the database. That means if you want to take some action before data gets saved in the database, then before business rule is used. If I give you a quick example, the user opens up the form and fills the data in the fields you have on the form. Now, when user clicks on submit and that particular data basically gets saved or pushed into the database. Now, between those durations, that means after clicking on submit, before that data gets saved into the database, if you want to take some action, that is called before business rule. Major use cases of before business rule. So let's talk about some major use cases of before business rule, which will help you to understand when exactly you have to use before business rule. Abort update of record if form does not have expected value. If user fills some value in one of the field and you don't want to update that value in the record as per the values of other fields, then you can abort the action with before business rule. Another use case is populate assignment group before creation of incident record. Another one is user should not delete a record if condition does not match. And the last one we have is date should be updated before insert of a record. So if you want to populate something before insertion of a record, before business rule is definitely used in those cases. Before business rule without scripting. Let's create few business rules without scripting in my personal developer instance. So our first scenario for before business rule is, and that is also with insert. So we will create different types of business rules with different operations we have, like insert, delete, update, or query. So we will start with insert scenario, that user should not be able to create new incident if category is inquiry or /help and assignment group is not service desk. So that means you have to restrict the user that if assignment group is not service desk and category is inquiry help, the user should not be able to create that incident. And how can you achieve it? You can achieve it with the help of before business rule, and that is also before insert. So if I go to my personal developer instance and I go to incident, I will just open list of incidents and I will open the list of BRs now. Configure business rules. Here we had that previous business rule which we created. So I will just make it inactive because it should not conflict with our use cases. And I will create a new business rule. So I'm going to give it a name as demo for before without scripting. That is just with configuration. So I will click on this. Now here we will keep selecting before. That's what the practical example we have to show. And here I will select insert this time. So I will select insert. Now here I will select the condition, and the condition is assignment group is not service desk category is inquiry help. And I can just go to actions. Now, I don't have to set any value. I have to abort the action. I have to stop user for creating this kind of incident. So in that case, I will just select this abort action. You can see set values is gone. And then I can just select this add message. Why we are doing this add message, I will show you. So you cannot create incident without assigning to service desk if category is inquiry/help. That's it. And I'm going to save this. So it is saved. Now I'm going to create a new incident. So category is this. And I will select the caller. Let's say this time I will select analyst. And if I select the test for BR, and if I click on save, what do you think? Let's see. No, it says invalid insert. And it also says that message, you can see at the top, it says you cannot create incident without assigning to service desk if category is inquiry/help. In this case, user cannot create any incident if it matches these two conditions. The condition which we mentioned, that is assignment group should be service desk if category is inquiry/help. So this is the first use case with configuration without scripting, and that is also for before insert. The next scenario we have for update, before update, and the scenario is change the state of incident to in progress when user updates work notes. So if I come over here, so the requirement is if I put anything in the work notes, it should change the state to in progress. That's a requirement. So what I will do, I will go to my business rule and I will just go over here and I will do this time update. And I will close this. I will just cancel these one. And this time I will do work notes. I will find the work notes fields and I will just mention changes. That's it. And I will go to actions. We don't need to do any kind of scripting for this as well. I will just remove these and then I will do state equal to in progress. And we will also make incident state to in progress. We will also make it in progress and I will just click on save. You are done. You're done with the second requirement you have with the help of configurable business rule. So I am just going over here. Let's say I will just reload it or I will just remove it. I can still create it this time. If I will create it, you will see this time it will not give me any kind of error. The reason behind it, we have changed the condition in our business rule. So that business rule is not applied anymore. So because we have just override with our new values. So now what I will do, I will come over here. I will just do test for state. If I click on post, let's see if something, yep, you can see over here, it automatically changes the state to in progress. That means our second scenario is also accomplished. The next scenario we have for delete operation. So that means before delete. So if state is new, then user should not be able to delete the incident. Okay, let's see that. So if I come over here, I come over here and I just, maybe I have to go to conditions. So it should be before first. So I have to change the value. It should be before delete. And I have to mention before state, before delete, if a state is new, if a state is new, I will go to actions. I will close this one and I will just do abort action. And I will do, you cannot delete and I will save this. So now our another business rule is created for delete operation before delete. So if I will delete it, so that basically the triggering point is before deletion. That means if I will try to delete this record and if state is new, then I should not be able to do that. So if I click on save, I will make it new for now. And if I click on delete, you will see that this incident will not be deleted. So if I click on this, it is just giving the warning. This is out of the box warning. This is not our business rule warning. So if I click on delete, let's see what happens. It says you cannot delete. It basically routed me to the business rule. That's okay, but I can just check with the help of open incident. Let's see. And we can check whether our incident was deleted or not. And yes, you can see here, this was our incident. You can see the same incident where we mentioned the test for state as well. And we tried to delete it, but because of our business rule, it aborted the action. If I will disable it, for example, let's say I'm going to disable this business rule. You will see that now I will be able to delete it. So if I click on here, this time this will be deleted. And I can show you. Let me just close these tabs. And I go to open. You can see that basically the incident which we created, it's not there. It has been deleted. Even I think if I go to deleted records, I'm sure that you can see that. See, we have this record. Yep, we have this record which was basically deleted. That's how you can stop the operation for delete as well. So this is how you can create a business rule for before delete, before BR with scripting. So let's create few business rules with scripting in my personal developer instance. And we will consider all the scenarios we have, like insert operation, delete operation, query operation. Now, without scripting, we didn't use query operation, but we will use it in this particular case. That means in before BR, and we will use that query, but that is also with scripting. So starting with first scenario, we have for insert, we will use scripting. So we have users should not be able to create new incident if there is an existing incident with same short description and with same color. So we have to use scripting because you cannot achieve this functionality with just configuration, because you have to check the existing incident with the same short description and with the same color. So in that case, if I go to my instance, so I will go to list of incidents. So here we have list of open incidents. I will create the business rule. So I will go to list of business rule. This one is already inactive, so I will keep it inactive, but I will just copy the name so that I can just rename it. And I will mention here demo for before with scripting. And I will check this advanced checkbox. We will do before and we will check this insert. No condition. I will directly come to advanced. Now the requirement is that if the short description and color matches, then it should not create the incident. That means user should not be able to create new incident. So in that case, what I will do, I have to search, basically query the incident table for short description and color. So in that case, what I will do where gr equal to, I will just make it big screen so that you can see my script. I will do where gr equal to new glide record. Here I will put incident. That's a table in which we have to do query. I will gr.add query and I will put short underscore description. and I will do comma, and this time I will do current dot short description. That's what I have to match. And then I will do gr dot, and I will do add query, and I can put caller ID field. I will do comma current dot caller ID field. I will do semicolon, and I will do gr dot query semicolon, and I will do if, because even one record is found, I have to abort that action. So I will do gr dot next. Now here I will do current. Now which one I have to abort? The current one, which is basically we are going to create. So in that case I will do current dot set abort action, and you can just put boolean value that is true, and I will just do semicolon, and I can also put gs dot add error message. You cannot create new record as you already have existing one. Now you can put different conditions as well, whether that particular user has open incident or not. That's something you can put over here, but I'm just using the random just to show you the demo. So this is done, and I am going to save it. So business tool is created. Now we will do a test, but let me just make it small screen, and I will just go to incident list, and I will just create a new incident. But before that, we also need to check for the same kind of short description. So if I come to incident list, so let's say we have this test for BR, and I can just copy this. And we also have this Adam Ringel, so we will use the same user. So if I come over here and I just mention like this, so we are copying the same short description, and I'm keeping the same caller. And if I click on save, let's see what happens. Absolutely, you can see that it is not creating. It says invalid insert. You cannot create new record as you already have existing one. And if I change this, let's say I do like this, and I click on save, this time it will allow me because short description is not matching with the existing one. So this is how you can achieve with before insert, and that is also with scripting. Another scenario we have is for update. That means before update, and the scenario is users should not be able to change the state of story to work in progress if there is no Scrum task created in the story. So if there is already opened or created story, and if user is trying to change the state to work in progress, but if there is no Scrum task attached to that story, then users should not be able to basically change the state to work in progress. How can we do that? So if I come over here and I just close these tabs, now this time I have to work on story table. So I'm going to deactivate this for now. I will just deactivate it, and I will go to stories table. So we will go to stories. So I will just type over here stories. If I do stories, I have these stories here. Now this is the list of stories I have, and I go to configure business rules. I will create a business rule demo for before, and that is also with scripting. And I will check this advanced checkbox. We will do before and we will do update, and I will just check this, and you have to also put the condition. Now it's up to you. You can put the condition in scripting as well. You can also put the condition, but as I mentioned, wherever it is possible to use configuration, use that. So what we will do, I will just do state, and we will make it changes to. That means if somebody tried to change the state to work in progress, then we will check if there is any Scrum task. So what I will do var gr And before that, I will also check the Scrum task table. If maybe let's open this one. If I have any Scrum task, yep, I do have. I will just check the table name. And the table we have is RM underscore Scrum task. I will copy this. I will come over here. And now I will write the script where gr equal to new glide record. I will put the table name. So it has to be RM. And I will just do semicolon. I will do gr dot query. Now, even if one record is not present, so that's something we have to check whether there is a Scrum task attached to the story or not. So in that case, I will do gr.query and I will do, we will search for the Scrum task, and here I will just mention story. That's a field. And I will do current dot semicolon, and you will do gr dot query semicolon, and we will do if, and I will do gr dot next. Now here you have to abort the action. If I change the state, that means if I do like this, not. If I don't have single record with the same story, that means I don't have any Scrum task with the same story which I'm working on right now, where exactly I'm updating the state, then it should do current dot set abort action, and that should be true. And I will do semicolon. That means if there is no Scrum task for this particular record, then it should not change the state to work in progress. And I can just save this. So it is saved. And now this one has Scrum task, so I cannot test this over here. So maybe let me just close this and open the list of stories. So I have list of stories, and let me open this one, and let's see if I have any Scrum task. I don't have. You can see I don't have any Scrum task. State is cancelled, but let me make it draft first, and I will save it, and then I will make this story, I will change the state of the story to work in progress. If I do that, work in progress, and if I save this, you can see it says invalid update. You cannot change the state. The reason behind it, because it does not have any Scrum task in this. But if I will add it, let's say I'm going to add a Scrum task, and I will just click on submit. So I've added the Scrum task on the same story. As of now, it is draft, and if I click on work in progress and I save it, this time it will not give me any error. You can see that I didn't get any kind of error. That means our before update business rule worked, and that is also with scripting. The next scenario we have for delete operation. That means before delete business rule. And the scenario is configuration item cannot be deleted if there are tasks or incidents associated with the same CI. Now, this is very important kind of scenario, that you don't want users to delete any record if it has any associated records. Like for example, configuration item, you select configuration items on different tasks like incident, change, problem. So before somebody deletes that, you should not be able to delete it if the same configuration item has associated tasks. So if I go to my instance, and I will just close this tab. Now we are going to work on configuration item this time. So what I will do, I will just directly go to business rules, and I will come over here, and I will just create a new business rule. So I can make it inactive for now. Inactive. And then I will create a new business rule, and that is also on configuration item table. That's a requirement. I should not be able to delete that configuration item. So if I come over here, demo for before with a script, and I will select over here configuration item. Configuration item. Here's the one, cmdb_ci. I will check the advanced button over here, and I will do before, and we will do delete. And then I will come to advanced. What I will do, I have to basically glide record the task table. So what I will do var gr equal to, I will make it full screen. I will do var gr equal to new glide record, and here I can just put the table name task semicolon, and I can do gr.add query. Now here I will select the CMDB table, that is CMDB_ci, and I will do current dot, and I can just do sys_id. I have to check for the current CI. That's what I have to check. Then I can just do gr.query, and if I do that, I can just do if. Now even a single task is found basically associated with this CI, I should abort the actions. And in that case, I will do gr.next. And so if I'm deleting it, and if I have found one record, even one record, I should abort the action. So I will do current dot set, and I can just make it true, semicolon. I will not give the message. You can give it yourself if you want as per your requirements. So I will do current dot set abort action. Even if I will find one record, one task, even it's incident change problem, I should automatically abort the action. So I will just click on save. So it is saved. And then I will just go to configuration item. And I will open it maybe from an incident. Let's say I will just open it where I have that configuration item. So maybe I will take it from, I don't have configuration item here, but I will do like this. I will click on OK. I'm just pulling configuration item over here. Lot of are blank, and if I think we don't have single one. So if I go to maybe service desk, I hope I should have some of the tasks where configuration item is tagged, and we do have lot here. And if I pull configuration item, so here we have configuration item. I click on OK, and I check. I will just filter it out, all the empties one. So now I have all the tasks where I have configuration items available. Let's say I have this one, SAP Aura. Let's try to delete it. I have admin access. I can delete it, but if it will have associated tasks, then it won't delete it. It will abort the action. So if I click on this delete, and I click on delete here, now you can see it didn't give me any message, but I still have that configuration item. It was not deleted. You can see it is still there because it still has at least one record, one task associated with this, basically this CI, and that's the reason I cannot delete it. I will still try to click on delete, and now this is the warning message just out of the box. This is not the one which we created, so I will click on delete again. Nope, it won't delete it. If I can reconfirm, I will come over here. See, I still have it. I open this. Yes, it is still there. So that means this CI is not deleted. So that's how you can create before delete business rule. The next scenario we have for query. Now you can use before query. That means system has to take some action before it queries the records. So what action it should take? So the scenario we have is only operational CI should be queried if user is not admin. If the status is operational, then only users should be able to see those records, CI records. So how can I do that? So if I come over here, now in order to restrict this functionality, I will have to create a business rule, that is a query business rule, and before query as well. So I will again go to CI business rules, because that's what we have to create. And maybe we can use this one. So I will just open this one. And we will just change the configuration, and we have to change the script as well. So I will come over here and I will just mention when to run before query. I can just mention over here, and I can put the condition. So if basically gs dot, I think there's something we have to use like gs dot get user, and I can do has role. So that means if user has that role, I can put admin. I copy this. I will cut this over here. I will put it like this, and I will do not. I will just do not, because that's what I have to check. If user does not have that role, then here I have to do current dot add query. We have to only give operational one. How exactly I will do that? So let me maybe go to configuration item table. Maybe I will do cmdb underscore ci dot config. I will press enter. It will open up the dictionary for me, all the configuration of cmdb ci table. And if I go to cmdb here, dictionary entries, and I search for maybe status, so I have this operational status, and I just maybe like this, and let me open this as well. I will open this status. So I have dictionary entry, and how many choices I have, and I have operational. So we will use the one choice. That's what we want. So if I come over here, I just mention add query operational status, and I will just put it like this, 1. So that's my choice. I can put in a string as well, and I will just do like this, and I will click on save. Now I'm admin for right now. So if I go to, for example, list of configuration items. So if I put over here cmdb underscore ci dot list, and if I press enter, I will be able to see all the CIs I have in the system. You can see 3023, and if I fetch operational status, that's a field we have, and I click on OK, and if I come over here, it shows operational, and if I filter this out, yep, I can still see others as well. Even if I do filter out, and I still have retired non-operational, I can still see. But for example, if I impersonate a non-admin user, let's say this ITIL user, let's see that how many CI records this user can see. Because this is about querying. When you click on the list, it's all about query. You are querying the records. So if I go to configuration, and I maybe I will type here cmdb underscore ci dot list, and I press enter, you can see that I cannot see all the CIs. I can only see 2974. That means if I come over here and I just get that field operational status, Maybe I'll put it here. Click OK. You will see I'm only able to see the operational one. And if I group this, we will see if it's yes. I'm not able to see retired one. That's how query business rule works. Before query, that means before hitting the table, basically it is checking the rules, the basically before business query rules, whether I have to filter some brackets or not. And that's how it is filtering the brackets. And this is how you can also achieve a lot of requirement for your customers and clients. So that's how you create before query business rule. And this is how you overall create before business rule with different or database operations, and you can achieve a lot of functionalities for your customer and clients.